Hi, everybody. I am going to just go ahead and get started. I'm not going to wait for anyone to come on because actually, this is more of like a public service announcement. I am Tanika Walston. I am the owner CEO of Integral Hair Affair. I know you're watching me on my Cherubim song page, but I wanted to jump on here because I posted something earlier about I service wigs. Now, for those of you that wear wigs, might say, for those of you that are new to wearing wigs, because I do believe that a lot of people have resorted to wearing wigs or units, however comfortable, however you might say it, are resorting to wearing units since everything, the shutdown or the quarantine. A lot of my clients are doing that as well. So what you may not know is that in order to maintain the integrity of your unit, you want to make sure that you keep it cleaned and conditioned. Okay. So it's the same thing as if you have your regular hair. We have to shampoo and condition our own hair to keep it nice and healthy and nice and shiny and bouncy. It's the same thing. Even though you can throw it, to take a wig, snatch it off, and put it on, hey, Sil, and put it on the nightstand or in a bathroom or in a closet, wherever you keep your units. But you did 3 days, but you definitely want to make sure that you keep it shampooed and conditioned. What happens is that as you move about, as you're putting product in it, like maybe sprays or something like that, or oils of any sort, or even your natural oils, or you're just outside in the air, just like your own hair, it has buildup. And when it starts building up, that's when it starts looking a mess. Okay. So just like when your hair is oily and starts clumping together and sticking together, you know how when you first get it, it's all nice and shiny and bouncy. Well, and then over time, because we definitely don't necessarily treat our units the same way we treat our own hair. So sometimes we'll take it off and throw it in a bag for a couple of months and then realize, oh, I got somewhere to go. And I'm just going to get it and shake it off. Yeah, no. Well, you want to make sure in order, right. You want to make sure in order to keep the longevity, because especially if you're putting heat in it, and make sure, number one, that your units are human hair. If you're buying this stuff on Amazon or AliExpress and it's not from a reputable company that you brought from before, make sure that your stuff is 100% human hair before you start uh, putting heat in it. Now, heat sensitive does not mean, or heat tolerant is not human hair. Okay. That is a blend. So you don't want to just be getting that flat line. I don't care if you do it to, I would say the hottest that you probably could tolerate is probably like a 310, which is not much, but I would not, if you know that your unit, you bought it, and if your unit was only $25, if you bought a wig for $25, 9 times out of 10, it is not human hair. Okay. 9 times out of 10, unless, you know what I'm saying, somebody was just giving some stuff away, right? So you want to make sure that you keep your units conditioned. And I'm gonna jump back on here another time to talk about how do you do your own hair up underneath. Hey, Cyril. Hey, everybody that's jumping on. Everybody, hey, Lily. Hey, Leisha. Hey, Willetta. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm just talking about the importance of why you need to service your units. Now, some people are not wearing wigs. I was saying not the good. Right. Right, Seal. It's not the good. So you want to make sure that you keep your things washed and conditioned. Now, you don't have to pay someone to do it, but I figure if you'll pay a professional for your real hair and you spent some money, I would say the average price for a quality wig with some quality hair, because some people say, well, how much should I pay? I've seen some on Amazon. I've even had some clients to buy some on Amazon. That's a gamble. Okay, let me say this. The pictures that you see on Amazon promoting the wigs, 9 times out of 10 are not the actual pictures of the wig. So, okay, because they will set you up. A lot of times, these vendors from overseas, they are snatching pictures off of social media. And if that person does not have their stuff watermarked, it's easy to just pull a picture off, screenshot it, and then post it as the picture. But a lot of the pictures that I'm seeing now, because I've been helping clients look for stuff, if they can't afford what I'm selling or whatever, still trying to give people options. The hair that they're showing is not even a wig, it's the person's real hair. So they are actually catfishing you And I'll never forget, my sister was looking for a curly hair wig. She was like, I'm just gonna, hey Mom. She was like, I'm just gonna buy one, right? And she was like, Neek, I found one with the perfect hair. She sent me the picture, but then she said it was only like $21. And I was like, that don't sound right, Tiff. She was like, well, look at the picture. I was like, Tiff, that don't sound right. And so, hey, Miss Yolanda. And so, hey, Alma. So what happened was, when she got it, it looked like Rick James. Now, listen, and she said Rick James. So the picture that she actually showed was this girl with this pretty curly hair. I have 2 wig units. I need them serviced. I found them cleaning. Hey, I got you. I'm servicing them. I'm servicing. All you gotta do is mail it to me. I'll service it. I'll get it back to you in a couple of days. Not a problem. But the hair that they showed, hey Dajay, the hair on the picture. Bye, sweetie. I love you. Hey, Kishana. You know what? Stop playing. The hair on the picture actually looked like someone with beautiful. It was a girl with naturally curly hair, and so they were saying that this is what the wig looks like. That ain't what the wig looked like, and it wasn't human. So you just want to be careful. So I understand, like, people like, well, I just need something to hold me over to the quarantine. That's fine, but any money is still an investment. I don't have no money to waste. I don't have. Oh, you're saying bye to the Rick James, right? Hey, Dajay Nisi Poo. You want to invest. Let me tell you why it's worth the investment. Number one, I'm actually trying to get my clients to move to the units more than the weaves. Okay, now we're gonna have a little bit of education, because with the unit, it is something that you can still get sewn on, but you can take it off. Now, once you take it off, you still have a style. Doesn't that make sense? Especially when the things are done right. Once you take the unit off, you still have a style. Once you take that weave out, your style is gone. You have to get it reinstalled. And then with the unit, you actually you can take it off every night. Let your scalp breathe. You can touch your scalp, breathe. You can oil your scalp. You can clean your scalp. Because some of people I know get a weave and will keep it in for 3 months and never shampoo their hair because they don't want to mess up the hair. That's nasty, but it happens. And then you can let your hair breathe. You can condition. Hey, Carmen, you can condition your own hair, especially during this time. If you're at home and you don't have anywhere to be, keep the heat out your head. Just shampoo and condition your hair and twist it up and walk around and be wavy. You know what I mean? Now, if you still got to go to work and still have to be presentable, I get it. And if you want any, I am doing phone consultations or messenger consultations. If you have any questions about your hair, of how you can actually maintain it while you can't get to your stylist, because hopefully stylists are, hey Carmen, hopefully stylists are being, that they are complying with what's going on. So I know most stylists, they're not working, because I know I stopped working even because I work from home. I stopped working from home because I'm not playing with nobody and nothing. So I don't recommend Dajay getting units from a specific website, because I make them and I sell them. So yes, I recommend getting them from me. Okay. So hit me up, Nisi Poo. I got you. But I don't have, no one's paying me to promote their site. So I'm not giving any free advertisement to somebody that don't filter it back to me. So if I become an ambassador for somebody, then that's different. But no, I don't have, and I'm not being a hater. I don't have a specific site, because it's all kind of like a gamble. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely make them, like what I was saying, that the average price, online from like from let's just say an Amazon, your average price for something that is going to last you probably about 6 months. And when I give these times, I'm talking about wear time. Because if you can buy a $10 wig, and if you only wear it for 3 days and then put it in a bag for a year and then pull it out, it's going to still be intact. So you can't say that wig lasted a year. When I say wear, I'm speaking of wear time. So when I say, I know that's right. Working on it, sis. I'm working on some things. Everything got to be in order though. But I'm speaking of wear time. And just know that when you service your units, they last longer if the hair is human. So you can't keep putting heat in human hair and it's oil dirty and you flat iron it every day, because you can, because it ain't your hair. Why not? It ain't your hair. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't keep doing that and never shampooing it, never condition it. Some people shampoo and they don't condition. Condition it with the same stuff you condition your hair with. If you like your hair and your hair is all nice and shiny, trust me, that unit is hungry too. It's thirsty too. That's why I say, if you can, I wouldn't necessarily shampoo and condition my hair and thinking I did a thorough job with something I bought from the 99-cent store. I'm just keeping it out there. Now, I will detangle my hair with some conditioner from the 99-cent store, but if I want my hair to be nice and shiny and silky and stuff, not that you can't get it done, but you can get it done for like maybe one shampoo, but you still want to add those nutrients back into the hair. And you may say, so, but my hair is not, my unit is not all of that. Sometimes it could be what you shampooed and conditioned the unit with. Then you probably left some product on it and made it a little more heavy. Sometimes what happens is when you get it, they have the sizing on it, and that's the preservative, and so it gives it that nice shiny look. And then when you shampoo it, it goes dull. Sometimes the units that you get are not Remy. I'm talking about the ones that you're buying maybe for probably anything under $50. A lot of times those are not Remy. What is Remy? When all of the cuticle is going in the same direction. When the cuticle is not going in the same direction, then what happens is, because the cuticle layer, even of the fake hair, the cuticle layer is open, it causes, I can't sit it up, but it causes like this. It rubs against each other. So have you ever seen somebody, or even yourself, had a bad experience with a weave where you put some tracks in and you brushed it and then you didn't even really do nothing, and then it was like it just started like crawling together and kind of making like a cobweb or something, like, and you keep brushing it and that hair is not Remy. And so a lot of times when you buy the wigs and they're super cheap, it's probably because they just kind of threw it together and really didn't care. Okay. So that's why I do endorse buying, if you can, from people that are reputable, like, that they are stylists or they are reputable wig makers. They guarantee their work. They take the time to talk to you, especially now, because I'm just playing, I was saying, anybody got nothing to do but talk. But I would suggest, if you're going to get a unit, make an investment. Because it may not be something that you may wear every day, but you want to always have it, because everybody has a day where they be like, oh, I don't feel like doing it in my hair and I got somewhere to go. Throw it on. You know what I'm saying? And then how you store it and how you keep it when you take it off and you're done with it, before you put it in a bag, if you can, shampoo it and dry it completely. Let it air dry completely if you don't have a house dry, and store it clean, so that when you go back to get it, it's not like you didn't just took in some it's not like you, what's some chlorophyll, the thing that they put over in the little napkin that actually causes people to pass out. Some of y'all take y'all weave hair out because you didn't just put it in there. You put it in there dirty and you let it just sit in a bag in a dark corner in a garage, in the trunk or something like that. And hey, I'm on a live, baby, go. And you know what I mean? And you're not caring about it. And then you be like, you tell your stylist, and all the stylists appreciate this, and you be like, girl, I got some hair. Be like, oh, okay. Now I'm like, is it clean? Oh yeah, girl, I washed it. No. How many times? How long did you have it in before? I'm having a full consultation about how we gonna qualify whether this hair is clean, because I'm not gonna put dirty, smelly hair in someone's hair. I'm just not gonna do it. And then people get mad at me when I say I have to wash it again. Well, is that gonna cost? Yeah, it's gonna cost extra because this is an extra service. Okay. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your hair is clean before you store it. Now, I don't mean you're going to not wear it for a week. I'm talking about if you're done because now quarantine is over, or you can get back to your stylist. If you've worn it for at least a week, make sure it's washed and shampooed. You can bring it, you can mail it to me and I'll shampoo it. I'm not going to keep your wigs. I'm not going to trade it out. I'm not going to switch out the tracks. I don't got time for none of that. I don't got time to be conniving or shady or any type. I don't have time for that, because some people do that, but I'm not going to do that. Scout signer. But you want to make sure that you store it clean. You want to make sure that, especially if it's like a wavy texture and you're wetting it every day, don't wet your hair before you go to sleep, okay? If you wet it, and if you're not, like, I would say you don't have to get under running water Now this is just tips. Now you don't have to get under running water if the hair is wavy, to wet it. Get a spray bottle. Oh, don't right, Mama. Right. Um, get a spray bottle and mist the hair. If you have a lot of tangles, I will say this sidebar: if you do want me to service your wigs, my prices they start at $65 because it's like a regular service. But it depends on the condition of the wig. I am willing to try to bring some wigs to resurrect. Jesus rose up from the grave, and I have brought some hair back to life before. So I am willing to. But if you had some hair that was not Remy, and you kind of it was a wet and wavy, you put it in a bag wet, no problem, Willetta. You put it in the bag wet, and then you had it sitting in like the back of your closet or in your trunk, and it rubbing up against stuff. And then when you took it out, it was matted. Okay. I will do my best to bring it back to life, but Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. I'm not going to guarantee, and I definitely will let you know if it's even worth. It may not even be worth the time of trying to service it. You might want to just get a new one. You can also send me pictures of the units that you have. And I'm speaking only of units because it's not much other than telling you some at-home things you can do with your own hair, which I have no problem with spending the time to talk to you. And my consultations are not even that expensive at all. And I do take the time to make sure, hey, Keyshawn, make sure that you have all the information and that you understand. Like, we're not going to get off the phone or off the video chat before you understand. You should be able to teach someone else what I'm telling you by the time we're done. Okay. Let's see what else. So basically, in a nutshell, you want to make sure that you keep your wigs, whatever you feel comfortable calling them, wigs, units. I think units is a more politically correct these days, but we call it Simone, I just got your comment with a coffin. We call it it's a wig is a wig. A unit, it's fine. I'm comfortable with either or whatever you feel comfortable with calling them, but you want to make sure that you get it serviced. Now, I will say this. You may have a regular stylist. So I'm not trying to poach anyone's clients. Okay. So, no, I'm not going to say that, because if they didn't come to you and say, I'll fix your wig for you, I'm not going to push their business either. It's going to be up to them to make that announcement to their clients, because I sure made it to mine. So anyway, I would say if you're wearing the wig every day and you're taking it off and you're not sleeping in it and you didn't really do much throughout the day, I would say you could probably go about 3 weeks without cleaning it again. But now, if you are putting heat in it every day, if you are putting product in it every day, so say it's a wet and wavy, and how I do my wet and wavies, I don't send it back to you loose. I always twist it flat to the head so it comes back to you in a form that will, and it comes back so nice and soft, and nice, pretty waves. And you can wet it down once you get it if you want to, but I make sure that I send it because it is going to be packed, it is going to be shipped, that it doesn't get tangly. Okay, so this is what my service includes. It includes to deep clean the unit, detangle, condition it. I deep condition it as well. And then whatever style it was originally in, I would need for you to send me a picture of how you want it to be styled. Now, let me say this, and I just saw it. If you know that you've had that wig for, let's just say 2 years, and it shedded a lot during the process of you having it, and it kind of look a little sparse, I do not ventilate. I do not reventilate the units. I don't do that. I can go in, if it was hand done, I can stitch up tracks and make sure if they're hanging, I can do that. That is extra, but I can do that. I'll take a look at it and see what it needs, and I'll let you know, like I said, if it's even worth it, or if you need to just go ahead and just retire that one and need another one. But if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. You can inbox me. You can go to my website, Integral Hair Affair. I think Tiny's on here. Integral Hair Affair at gmail.com. That's INTEGRAL Hair Affair, AFFAIR. at gmail.com. You can hit me up there. You can follow me on Instagram. Integral Hair Affair. You can hit me up there. So however if you have any hair questions, and guess what? I'm the type of person that I'm not going to feed you wolf tickets. If I don't have the answer, I can call somebody who does. I know one person in particular, Wicca, and I can do the research and we can find out together. YouTube is not always an excellent source to find out information because a lot of people, hey Jay, a lot of people that are on YouTube, I'm not hating on YouTube because your girl about to start her YouTube page, so I'm not hating. There are some professionals that are on there, but just because a person has like 670 million followers or subscribers doesn't mean that they're an expert in their field. So you just want to make sure that the people that you're listening to, even for your own daily hair care regimens, that you are taking in consideration that if that person is a stylist, number one, if they are a licensed stylist, because just because someone does hair and do really well at weaves or braids does not mean that they are an expertise or have the pedigree to give out advice to anyone. So you want to make sure that you kind of check their background. You can go through and look at their videos and stuff like that. It doesn't mean just because they're not doing hair in a shop, because I don't do hair in a shop and I'm licensed for 25 years, 26 actually now. So bye, honey bun. So yes, me. Okay, he's like raising hand. Okay, but you want to make sure that the information that you're getting is correct, and then also take in consideration of what their hair looks like, the end result, and also what your hair is working, what you're working with. So don't just look at just because a person has a lot of views on their video that they know what they're talking about. Because I study YouTube because there's so many innovative things that are happening on there. And me as a stylist, like their innovation with my knowledge, chilling, you know what I mean? But a lot of things I'm a little concerned because that is how everyone is getting their information now. And what happens is that clients tend to trust people that have 650 million views of a person who is just doing their own hair. There are people on there that are getting those kind of views and they're literally just styling their own hair. And they want to question someone who's been styling hundreds of women's of hair for 10 and 20 years, So just cut your stylist some slack. If you see a new technique, and I don't know why I'm saying this, I'm going to be led, but if you see a new technique on YouTube and your stylist is not quite familiar with it, it doesn't mean that she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's just a whole nother culture that some stylists have not tapped into yet, or nor do they care to tap into it because they don't respect, because if you can't, it's almost kind of, and not even from a prideful situation, but that's just like your child telling you how to cook a meal that they ain't never really cooked before, or you went to culinary school and your child telling you how it's the proper way to cut some lettuce. Like, just sit down. Okay, thank you. I'll let you speak and have your 5 minutes, but sit down somewhere. I went to school. But I do believe there's a give and take to both. I do believe the stylists need to be open to learn. We should never stop learning, and we should, filter it through our information and just make sure that the stuff that we are introducing to our clients does no harm. Okay. So that's all I want. I just wanted to jump on here because I kind of just came out of nowhere. It was like, I service wigs. I wanted to kind of explain to you what it is. Now, if you've spent now there, like I said, I never gave the price range. Okay. So I would say a unit that I've been on Amazon and I've been on Ali, and you can buy, right, Simone, you can buy a wig as cheap as $17 or something like that. If you go into a costume party, that's amazing. But if you want the hair to look as natural as possible, $17 ain't your route. So for the more, hey Mel, for the lesser expensive, but you can still kind of get maybe about 2 to 3 months out of it before it starts transforming on you and becoming Frankenstein. I would say around the maybe $100, $130 range. You might be able to get maybe like a couple of months out of it, depending on how you take care of it. For the ones that are going to last you for the 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, I've seen them go from, depending on the length or the style, go from like $350 And some people now, I see some people that I know are really good wig makers are doing it for like $275 or $250. The cheapest I've seen is $250. Like that's the cheapest that I've seen. And it was kind of like this is a COVID special, but normally their wigs go from like $400 to $500, and there are people out there that are charging like 25, $3,000, $10,000 for the wig, depending on the style, the technique, and all of that. So, you have your range, but everybody can be beautiful on a budget. You know what I'm saying? You just find a person. Like I said, I do make them. I don't ventilate myself. Haven't really taken the time to learn it properly. I have the information, but I just haven't really taken the time to learn it properly. So I don't offer that, but I will make you one with tracks or a closure or something like that. So if you go onto my page, I believe I have it as, it's not a part of my story. It's a part of my actual feed. I have some samples of some units that I have made. And so those pretty much, I have about 6 styles that I'm going to offer right now. I'm not going to try to do too much. If you are someone that wants a custom style that you don't see, you're going to definitely need to hit me up, and that's going to be a different price. But for right now, I'm not quoting any prices other than, I don't know, like my short bob. My short bob one, I believe I'm going to do that one. Where's my paper? My short bob one, I'm going to do like between 175 and 200 for that one. And like I said, with the one that I posted, you guys, that wig is actually a year and a half old, almost going on 2 years. But my client sends it back to me like once a month or so, like maybe once every 6 weeks, and she gets it conditioned. And when I tell you that hair looked just as good and as soft as it was from the first day I did it, it's amazing to me. So hit me up, hit your girl up with any questions, any concerns. I may not know everything, but what I know, I'll share. And also, if you need like a consultation, my consultations for 30 minutes via video or over the phone are going to be $25. And I would say if you're going to do that, then come with your questions already written down so we can spend that time. We don't want to waste your time or your money. Come with those questions already written down so we can target and we can utilize that time wisely. Okay. If you need more time, we can definitely do that. So thank you all so much for staying on here. Thank you all for jumping on. Those of you that are on the replay, you can type replay and say, hey girl, I saw it. And if you need your wig serviced, whether you got it from AliExpress or you just paid or got it from someone off of Instagram, or you know what I mean, you paid a whole bunch of money for it, but now it's like, it's never went back to how it was. Send it to your girl and I'll hook you up. All right. Bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. You guys be safe. Okay. Don't be stupid. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Be safe. Okay. 6 feet. All right. Bye.